Now, this next step is all about personal preference, how you choose to lay out your site. So let's go back into widgets again, and let's take you a walkthrough on how the template works. So pay close attention here. So you can basically stack up information in your home page full width, which we did here. Okay, we can also choose to put this grid in a separate section. Okay, so let me share with you what that would look like. So I'm going to take my grid that I had on my home page and drag it down to here. Okay, always make sure that you have the changes saved if it doesn't save the changes. In this particular case, it did. Just hit done. So now if I come up here, you're going to get a slightly different look to your website. I'm going to update the home page. So now you'll notice as I scroll down, I have my bigger content on top, and then I have my 3 across, and then I have a separate sidebar on my home page. Now, this is actually telling you where to put that content. That content goes in Home 6. Now, what does that mean? Let's go back to our widget and share with you how simple this is to do. So let's go back to the widgets area again. Again, working smart with your tabs here. This way you can just navigate right to them. Okay? Now, how it works, it's say go to Home 6. So we're going to skip over these sections right now. So in Home 6, I want to put my coffee products back in there. Now, again, I'm trying to keep this really simple and intuitive. Obviously, you can add more products to your site. But again, I want to keep this setup really, really simple. I want you to walk before you can run and to knock yourself out with as many products as you want to put in there. So I'm going to do the same thing with my large post, except we're going to put it where? Well, based on the directions from the first site, the front page of the site, we're going to put this in home page 6. And come down here and add that to the widget. Now, once again, what do we want to put here? We're going to put our coffee store. Now, if you want to put your coffee and tea store again, you get the ID that I shared with you in a previous video. So let's put in 3 products, and once again, let's do this randomly and save. So now if I go back to the front end of my store by clicking right here and refreshing the page, Command R, Control R, Windows, you'll see it's now populated the right side of my page. Now, important step here. Depending on your browser's cache, C-A-C-H-E, I have what's called a cache system, a hardware cache system. So if you notice that your stuff's not coming up here, simply come up here and purge. That's basically going to empty the cache of your page. So now if you click on any of your content and you go to your sidebar, you'll now see that you have content in your sidebar. And if you go back to your home page, you'll notice that you have content in your home page. 1, 2, 3, 4, and right there. There's my coffee shop. Now, important step. You probably want to even this out a little bit, meaning that if you're going to have 3 products, I'd probably fill this up with more content information. So let's go back to our widgets area. And in this particular case, instead of making this 3 products, let's make this 1 product and save. So if I come here and refresh the page, it's just going to show me 1 product. Now, here's another layout technique you can use. Let's go back to our widgets again for a second. And keep in mind that we put our grid in this section right here, Home 2. So let's not make that a grid anymore. Now that was safety tips. So let's get rid of our safety tips altogether. Let's get rid of that grid. And let's put a large image inside of that section, 2/3 section. So again, this is just a different look and feel using the same content. So again, I'm going to go to my 2/3 width, large posts, scroll down here to the bottom, and put my COVID tips. And again, I want to do this randomly, and let's put 3 and save. Now again, if your page is not refreshing properly, make sure you come up here and purge page. All that does is empty the cache of your page. It's not going to delete any content. So now if I scroll down here, I have a different layout to my website. So now I have these larger banner ads. So therefore I can fill this in with more content. See, basically, without doing a lot of work here, I filled in that information. So now if I come down to my widgets again and go back to section 6, I can now choose to put in more content. So let's fill this up with 3, save that, and that should fill in there quite nicely. Again, I come up here, purge the page, refresh the page, and scroll down here to the bottom. Okay. Now, if that's still not enough content, add one more here. So I think if I added one more to here, that would come out quite nicely. So I'm going to do that and come right back. And if you look at this, it's starting to look like a website. Okay, so how simple did I make this? Okay, I want you guys that are extremely excited about how simple I made this. Now there's a lot more to this. So in our next step, I'm going to share with you one of the most important things, and that's how to work smart and drive traffic on social media. So stay tuned.